right, Shalom, Yasharala. I want to give infinite honors to my Heavenly Father, my great King, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Harakakadash. Double honors to my elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in the Mashak Yahushai, presents beloved doctrine across the four winds. Shalom. On this one, I'm gonna get straight to the point. In this fine hour, the Lord is purging, pruning, cleansing, and getting his house in order. And things that have the house in disarray, the Lord is he's just bringing down judgments fast and fixing things in this fine hour, because we don't have long before shit hit the fan. So this church has to be clicking on our cylinders. All right. And you got new brothers coming in by the droves. All right. So when these new brothers come in, they're coming to houses that are already been built. They're coming into other men's labors. All right. And when they come in, they have to learn things from scratch. Okay. All right. When you come in, the Lord have it wherever Great Millstone Camp in whatever city, state, or wherever you're on the planet is, all right, it's been the foundation's been laid, which is Yahweh Shai. He's raised up the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and he's the Presbyterian, and he's giving them the instructions to give us, to teach us how to build a church. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And there's certain things that go on in the church that most men that come out of the world don't know. All right, it's things that you did in the world that when you come to this thing of ours, you're not going to be able to do. All right, and one thing is, you're not going to be able to do things like people of the world do things. All right, you're not going to be able to backbite, gossip. When you do have controversy, you're going to deal with it like the scriptures tell you to deal with it. All right, and as it pertains to the these different camps, yes, when you come in, you're gonna have men that you get acquainted with in other camps in different states, all right, or even across the planet, all right. And when that happens, all right, we all are under the same spirit. But what you have to understand in these churches, all right, we have the same doctrine. We have the same spirit that's pushing us, but we're in different sections and different things go on in different areas. So you may go to one church in Great Millstone, and the way they do things might be a tad bit different than another church. And I'm going to show you there's nothing new under the sun, and those type of things happen in the ancient world. All right. So let's say you visited the church in Ephesus. All right. In Ephesus, they had that pagan deity Diana that the Ephesians was worshiping. Okay. So when men rose up and got off those chains of darkness in Ephesus, and they started awakening, they started casting down that demon Diana, all right, which was a stumbling block to her. All right. And so the way they set up their church, they would set up their church to combat their spirit in their section, in the area where they were. All right. So they put stipulations in their church. Look, we're not going to do this. We're not letting people that come in with all those philosophies from Diana come around us. Okay. And then when they do come in, we're going to put them under the rod. All right. But then, and it'll be a tight ship there. But then you may go to Thessalonica. All right. The church in Thessalonica, and the way they do things, it's the same doctrine. All right. They follow the same orders, but the way they do things might be a tad bit different from Ephesus. So if you travel to Thessalonica, you don't go telling them, oh, this is how we do things in Ephesus. All right. Oh, y'all do it different. Y'all tripping. All right. That's somebody that hasn't renewed their mind and they're young in the spirit. All right. And the Lord is casting that fire, that spirit down, because you got a lot of that going on. And I've seen it before even this little issue that transpired the last couple of days. All right, this is Romans 12:2. Be not conformed to this world, okay? In this world, when things rubbed you the wrong way, all right, we didn't deal with controversies according to the scriptures. We'll flash out sometimes, or you'll get into it with a person. Instead of you talking to that person, you'll go talk to 3 other people before you address that person. All right, that's what people of the world do, okay? But here in this thing of ours, all right, the Lord has given us, He's given us a code of ethics to live by. So we have to always dwell within the light and do what the scriptures tell us to do when we have controversy. All right. So we're not conformed to this world, so we don't move like them, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable, perfect will of Yahweh. So we got to do things the way the Lord tell us to do things. Okay. And the Lord does not deal with cross-camp gossip. All right. Whatever going on in your house, you don't go take what's going on in your house into another house. All right. Now, you have extenuating circumstances like the 2 heads of a camp. They can talk about certain things, you know what I'm saying? But like young brothers, you see something going in your house, and then you go take it over there to this young brother over there. Then y'all start talking, and the only thing gonna come out of that shit is a fucking tumult. I've seen it 100 times. Okay? I've seen it 100 times. All right. If you brothers are gonna converse with each other, do this, talk about the scriptures, do a sit down together, you know, and talk about some sports and shit. But you don't go tell this brother, oh, this happened over here, and this how we handled it. Oh, but when I seen it happen over there, we handled it different. Nah, man, you going off when you do shit like that. You going fucking off. And I'm about to give this example in the scriptures. All right. I'm gonna go to the book of Galatians. Galatians chapter 3. All right. Things written aforetime was written for our learning. So we have to do things the way we seen the men of old do things. All right. This is Galatians chapter 3, verse 1. Okay. All right. And it's aforetime written. Now let's see what Paul wrote in his letter to the Galatians. O foolish Galatians, who have bewitched you, that you shall not obey the truth, before whose eyes Yahweh the anointed have been evidently set forth, crucified among you. All right. So Paul went and built up that church in Galatia through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashah. All right. And he gave them the orders that the Lord told him that the Lord put in him to give to them to build up a church. All right. So Paul ended up getting some word that these people were being deceived. They were rocking according to another spirit. All right. That contrast to what he had gave them. All right. And then this is what he said. This only I will learn of you, receive ye by the spirit, by the works of the law, or hearing by the hearing of faith. So what happened? Them hypocrites in Jerusalem, all right, and the ones in the synagogues that wouldn't have nothing to do with the Israelite foreigners, all right, that was carried away to these dumb idols, all right. When they seen Paul and the apostles going out and prophesying to the Israelites that had lost their way, they got jealous and envious, okay? And then they start saying, well, look, since they fucking with y'all, and you got to understand, you got to become a historian when you read these scriptures. The circumcision didn't want to have nothing to do with the uncircumcision. But when they seen the believers, the body, the followers of Yahweh going to the uncircumcision and breaking down the scriptures, and they was waking up, coming back to their nationality, then they went in like some fucking wicked demons. And what did they do? They tried to get them to say, you got to keep the law to be saved. You got to keep the law of Moses to gain salvation. All right. When our righteousness is filthy rags. So what did the church in Galatia have to do? They have to put stipulations and orders down for that church and that body to beware of this circumcision. Those dogs. Okay? Because they were coming in to steal that righteous seed that Paul had sown amongst them, right? Okay? So if you came to Galatia, all right, after you see that done, and you see brothers fall away and start tripping and falling, you're going to put some orders down there, right? But then look at this. Let's check this out. Let's go to Revelation. Let's go to, and that's how things will be done in Galatia. Now let's go to Revelation, the 2nd chapter. Let's look at another church. And let's see what they had that same problem, or how they would deal with it. Did they have the same issues the Galatians had? Okay. So let's see if they would be, they had the same doctrine, but would they be having the same rules and regulations governing them? All right. This is Revelation 2. And I'm going to go down to verse, is it 8? All right. Now let's see what's going on with the church in Smyrna. All right. And let's see what was going on in their area. All right. And until the angel, Salakia, Revelation 2 and 8, and to the angel of the church in Smyrna, you're right. Now, this is a whole nother church, okay? Then this is our great king talking, Yahushua. These things said the first and the last, which was dead and was alive. You're talking about Yahushua. I know thy works, tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy which of them would say they are Jews and are not, but of the synagogue of Satan. All right? So, who is he talking about? I know he know the blasphemy of those that are Jews and are not, but of the synagogue of Satan. Now, we always break that scripture down as being Esau, all right? And we break it down spiritually. But historically, that's talking about niggas. That's talking about the circumcision that kept going vexing the churches, okay? All right? Now, listen, just like they vexed Galatia. Those were the ones of the sinner, those wicked-ass Pharisees and Sadducees, okay? Fear none of those things which thou shall suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days, be found faithful to death, and I will give you a crown of life. All right, now look, I want to go back to verse 9. All right. He said, I know thou works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy will say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So they were amongst those same concisions, same niggas of the circumcision. And guess what? They wasn't getting deceived according to this scripture and beguiled like those in Galatia. So let's say you travel to Smyrna, all right? And you go to Smyrna, and they see these Pharisees and Sadducees, and they laxed around them because they don't have an issue with rejecting the concision when they come around them. They just cast them down. Look, man, get that shit away from me, man. Get the fuck on down, man. We saved by grace, faith in Yahushua. All right? They're not getting beguiled like the church over there in Galatia. So when you get around them, they might be lax as it pertains to their church, as it pertains to how they are talk to the circumcision, be around them, okay? But you might come from Galatia, and then you might go to their church and see them talking to some of the circumcision niggas, all right? The rules that they're govern them in Galatia, all right? Their rules is not as strenuous as the rules over here in Smyrna. Now, let's say you one of the brothers and you go tell that to another brother, man, y'all too lax around the circumcision, man. Y'all brothers tripping. Man, you going the fuck off, man. Because this is how we do it in Galatia. Nah, you going the fuck off, man. And that's the type of shit going on in this fine hour, all right? That guy you call, I heard things about him. That's the things he would do. He would leave Cali and go to another camp and then talk about how they do things in their camp, man. That shit is totally fucking off. And if you're doing those things, stop it, okay? If you're doing those things, stop it. The only thing come out of situations like that is tumults and confusion, okay? Which are one of the same. Tumults and confusion. That's all come out of the cross camp talking. Oh yeah, man, this is the way we do things over here. Oh man, this brother, this happened to this man. That ain't the brother over there fucking business, man. All right. Now, if two heads of a camp or the first and second command talking two heads of a camp in another camp, all right, yeah, those things like that is understandable. But young brothers coming in and look, man, this the way we do things over here in Cali. Oh man, this the way we do things in New York. You going off, man. All right, this is all you supposed to be doing when you get in. All right, you showing how young you are and ignorant of the spirit you are when you do those things. This is First Peter. All right, where you at? All right. This First Peter, chapter 2, verse 2. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna start from the top. Salakia. All right, wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile, see the deceit and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speaking. See, all that falls in that's the type of shit that go through cross camp gossip, man. All right, because what make you a hypocrite, you saying something to this guy over here that you're not saying to the man you're talking about. All right, so Matthew the 18th chapter then went out the window. All right, and let's say you're talking about something that doesn't have nothing to do with you, but you talking this business to this brother over here. Would you do that in front of the brothers in your camp? Would you do that? I mean, if you do it in front of this brother, you shouldn't be having in the back of your mind, oh, I can't say that around this brother. All right. Like if you from one camp and then you go to another camp and you're talking about the camp business where you from, would you talk about your camp business if your brothers was from your camp sitting right there? All right. So if you wouldn't do that, you're dealing with guile. And they say they're like men to whom were found no guile. Okay. And when you're doing it, when you have a controversy and you're going from camp to camp, you telling a brother about something bad that happened in the camp you're at. Okay. But when you're at, you're telling that to a guy in another camp about things that you're going through that you don't like or you don't understand. All right. But when you get around your brothers, you're not bringing that up. All right. That's how a malicious spirit grows on you. All right. A malicious spirit grows on you when you do it. It's totally off. And all it does goes into more mischievous madness to the point is evil speakings. All right. And us brothers that's been in for a little while, you know, we still young brothers, but we've seen this shit, man. Nothing good comes out of it. Verse 2, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word. And when you get the sincere milk, all right, you learn the basics. You learn that you don't cross camp contaminate. I want to say cross contaminate, but hey, that's what it is. You don't go tell what's going on in your house to another house, you know, unless they have extenuating circumstances. Okay, sometimes, you know, certain things might have to get brought out. A brother might give an example, you know, but no, that's normally the business of elder brothers. Okay, all right. So when you get the sincere milk, you learn how to do what's commanded of you. Whatever your brother that's put over you do, you be ye followers of him and you do what he tells you to do, because he's going to have an elder brother over you to watch over your soul, to make sure you're in line. Just like, you know, we have elder brothers over us, okay? And you don't meddle in things too high for you, all right? Man, I don't like the way that was done. Oh, we don't do it like that over here. You're going off that you might grow thereby, okay? So you get the sincere milk. You learn the basics, and one of the basics that you learn in here is thou shalt not gossip. You don't. This is one of my favorite scriptures. You mind your fucking business, man. You mind your business. All right, and you don't meddle in other men's affairs. All right, this is what you do. This is 1 Thessalonians. You know what? I'm going to get it in there. I should have got it in the NLT. It's a little more thorough. All right, this is 1 Thessalonians 4:11. And that you study to be quiet, to do your own business, mind your own fucking business, and to work with your hands as we commanded you. That's what you're commanded. That's that sincere milk. Okay. That's the sincere milk. That's what you learn. This is Paul's letter, all right, to the heads of the churches in Thessalonica. And when they got these letters, they read it to the congregation. All right. So these are commandments from Yahweh Bashim Awashai, man. All right. And this is what the brother say. You study to be quiet. Mind your own fucking business. All right. And your business is learning these scriptures. All right. Learning how to do things decently in order. All right. And you follow the examples and examples that's before you. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. The best leader is the one that knows how to follow. Okay. Those are your greatest leaders. Those men that were good privates. All right. They were good soldiers. Those are the ones that grow up to be the best leaders. Okay. They don't try to get metal and things too high for them. Okay. That you do your own business, to work with your own hands as we command you. And we're commanded to do that. Okay. Verse 12, that you may walk honestly toward them that are without, and that they may have lack of nothing. And who are them without? Those that first, it could even be the 2/3. If a 2/3 see you out here prophesying and teaching, and then they see you gossiping and doing things that they do, they're not going to respect you. And then when you got brothers on the other side of the camp and they see you doing things like that, being a busybody, going to and fro, all right, that it fucks up the morale, and foul spirits come out of that shit, all right? And no one, well, sooner or later, you know, the spirit is going to expose you and bust your ass up, as we can see what's been happening the last few weeks, okay? All right? The Lord not playing, man, because if you're doing those things, it's going to come to pass, all right? The Lord is bringing everything to light. These prophecies jumping off the book. And what did the Lord say? Judgment is going to start in his house first. He's going to put his house in order first before he just let all hell break loose on the planet, okay? This is Mark chapter 4, verse 22. Is this Mark? Oh, that's Matthew. I knew that was all right. Salakia for that. Bear with me. Press Matthew. All right. This is the book of Mark, chapter 4. All right. In verse 22. And it read, for there's nothing hid which shall not be manifested. You can't outdo the spirit, no matter who you are, no matter how good of a manipulator you are, no matter how good of a swindler, or how subtle you are, no matter how good a seducer you are, all right, you can't outdo this Holy Spirit that the Lord has presiding over his church, okay? And this scripture goes for everything on the planet Earth. According to prophecy, Esau, the things he got hid, all right, is getting the lights getting shined on them, all right? In this world, women that's been cheating on their husbands for 50 years, 60 years is coming out. Just everything that's been done in darkness is coming in the light, all right? But the Lord is manifesting that in his church first. Ain't nothing gonna go on in this holy thing of ours, all right, and don't get brought to the light. Nothing unholy is gonna get done in this thing and don't get brought to the light. If you're doing it, it's gonna be manifested. But there's nothing here which shall not be manifested. Neither was anything kept secret, but it shall come abroad. Like you got this, you know, with this guy being a busybody in other men's affairs. All right, starts up his little WhatsApp chat or whatever, and in there is a bunch of guys just gossiping, saying things that are unseemly, things that they won't say if they was in front of certain people. All right, so they think they're exclusive, and what happened? All that shit came and brought to the light for everyone to see. All right, it's not personal; it's business. If any man have ears, let him hear. All right. And this is what the Spirit's saying to the churches, man. All right. That gossip spirit, disorderly spirit. Okay. A lot of weird shit is going on with the affiliate camps, man. Hey, you go to the closest Great Millstone church near you. All right. That word church in and camp is interchangeable. I don't know why people go, oh, don't join those camps. Don't join those camps. All right, what's the difference with saying church and camp? The church in Ephesus, the church in Philadelphia, all right, the church in Ephesus, the church in Thessalonica, the church in Philippi, all right, the camp in New York, the camp in Florida, the camp in Arkansas, the camp in Atlanta, all right. What's the difference? Okay, what's the fucking difference? People be simple as fuck. This is what the Spirit is saying to the camps, man. All right, get your houses in order. All right, and the Lord is getting them in order. He's trimming fat out of the body. All right, and for the newcomers coming in, all right, y'all that how like when I came in, brothers had made a lot of errors. Brothers, I'm talking. Let me speak for myself. Made a lot of errors. Bumped my head a fucking lot. It just kept falling and getting back up, falling and getting back up. Now where we at in prophecy, you brothers that are coming in, y'all not gonna have the time to make those type of errors. Y'all gotta get in, like one of my beloved brothers say down here, ship up or ship out. All right, we move. This thing prophecy is speeding up, so the Lord is pouring more spirit on the church. So you new brothers, y'all are getting it faster, right? Like how I see some of these young brothers, how they memorize the breakdowns and how they get the culture down. It's like they getting it faster than what I got it when I came in. It's like brothers are coming in and they're getting it faster because the Lord has poured His Spirit heavy on the church now. All right. So when it comes to folly, you got to learn the order just as fast. You got to learn how things are done and the do's and don'ts. All right. And you're not going to be told things 2, 3, and 4 times, man. Okay. Because some shit is just getting the fuck out of hand. All right. Let me get the blue letter right there. All right. This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 29. Okay. All right. And I'm going to read all the way down to 32. Been filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, and whisperers. See, I'm going to get that word whisperer. All right. All of these negative attributes is what will keep you out of the kingdom of heaven. So being a whisperer, a gossiper, okay? Backbiting. And that's what verse 30 say, backbiters. All right. When you do such things, let's see what the Lord is going to say about you. Haters of Yahweh, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents. And our parents are the elder apostles of Great Millstone, man. Those are our parents. Those are the ones that the Lord is using to guide us to a chariot, all right, to the path of righteousness. So we got to do things the way they tell us to do things. We can't put our spin on things, all right, without understanding covenant breakers, okay? A gossiper is a covenant breaker on some real shit. Without natural infection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, they which commit such things are worthy of death. See, that's a dangerous thing to be a whisperer, a gossiper, all right? That's hey, bro. You playing with fire when you do such things. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. And the Lord has His Spirit protecting brothers from men that do such things. That's why He exposed them. All right. Now let me get the word whisperer. Okay, because that's all you're doing. All right. The Lord teach us to get the business clear. If it's something we don't like even amongst us brothers don't see eye to eye all the time. We don't. Like we don't. And when we don't see eye to eye, we go to each other. We tell each other how we feel, you know. We do it decently in order. All right. The Lord has taught us how to have a coherent conversation with contrary views and don't get in our emotions. And that's the way the Lord teach this church how to deal with one another. My brother not gonna do something to offend me, and and I'm going to tell it to 3 other brothers, but I don't tell that brother shit. Or let's say something is getting done in the church, all right, and you don't agree how it's getting done, all right? You don't go talk that to somebody in another camp. You don't talk that to somebody in your camp, all right? You go talk to the brother that put out the decree, all right? And then you can ask him about it, and then when he shuts your ass down, that's it on it, okay? But going to other men and talking and shit, man, the shit is off, okay? So this is the word whisper, and that's a whisper. Men that do such things are whisperers, cowards.
Strong's G 5588. Psipthuristes. Psipthuristes.
Psipthuristes. That's a lot of syllables in that motherfucker. All right. It's a masculine noun. It means a secret slanderer, a detractor. You see what I'm saying? Men that do this would not enter the kingdom of heaven. Okay? Talking behind a brother back or saying something to another man that you're not saying to the man, that you don't agree with what he's doing. All right, that's off. You know, you see a brother bring down a judgment on another brother. Okay? The Lord has given him authority. That's his office. He could bring that down on him. All right? And you don't like it. You have indignation about it. And then you go take that to some other camp and say, I don't like what happened to that man. Okay? That's being a whisperer. That's being a fucking whisperer. Okay? That's why when decrees get put out here in Great Millstone, when a brother put down that command, I done heard several brothers be like, do anybody here got a problem with the commandment that went down on this brother, the judgment that went down on this brother? Do anybody have any quarrels with it? That's how we get down here in Great Millstone. And it's been times, as it pertains to me, I didn't agree with something, and I go to the brother, and I'd be like, hey, I don't know about that one, brother. You know, whatever you say is gone, but I'm like, brother, you can't look at that in a different way, or I don't know, I don't think the brother wicked. You know what I'm saying? That's the way you do it too. You go to that brother. You don't go to nobody fucking else, especially somebody outside of your camp. The shit is off. Now I'm gonna say this. If you're in a camp where shit just is all out disarray and guys are going off, yes, you gotta go. You gotta go to somebody outside, and I've seen that too. You gotta go for help, all right? But I'm talking about houses that are in order. You just don't understand order. You don't know how things go, and you just going from camp to camp being a busybody. You need to shut the fuck up. Or move, like my brother say, ship up or ship out, man. Like, why would you be saying? That's some real shit, okay? Because you're a secret slanderer. You're a detractor, okay? What else does it say? A calumniator. A calumniator. You know what? That was new to me. I got to get that word, whatever the fuck that is. A calumniator, a C-A-L-U-M-I. Caluminate. Yeah, all right. To caluminate, a transfer that means to make false, malicious statements, charges, imputations about someone. All right, that's what whisperers do, man. You doing shit like that, you're not gonna get in the kingdom of heaven, man. And even if you're not being malicious, it's just something you don't agree with, you don't understand, and you going to tell that to somebody else. Nah, that shit is fucking off, man. It's fucking off. All right, it's unholy. All right, it's not right. Okay, let me go back, y'all. I want to get another definition too. All right, bear with me. Come on now, shit. Shouldn't take all this time. Come on. I want to get backbiter. All right, here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. All right. Go back one more time. All right. I'm going to get verse 30. All right. Let's get the word backbiters. Okay.
Strong's G 2637. Katalas. Katalalas.
Let's see what we come back with. A defamer, an evil speaker. You see? The Lord didn't tell us to talk behind men's back. All right. He told us to be head up. Let me get the scripture to back up what I'm saying. All right. That's a weak, degenerate, unmanly, unholy act. Okay. The Lord taught us to get the business clear. And then when you get the business clear, you don't be a brute. You know that I used to have that issue. All right, be a bold brute. You still go to the brother with respect and honor, but you get the business clear. All right, this is Matthew 18 and 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. Anything out of that is cupcake. Anything outside of that is pussy in a can. Check yourself. Okay? You don't got to be the brother trespassing against you. You see something you don't understand, then you go ask a question to the brother that's doing something that you don't understand. You don't go talk that to nobody else. Okay? You don't go talk that to nobody. You talk to him. All right? You see something you don't understand, you talk to that person right there. You don't go talk to 3-4 other people and people in other camps. It's off. If he shall hear thee, you gain thy brother, and your brother's going to respect that. Even if your brother don't agree with you, he respect that you came to him like a man. You came to him with respect and honor. We're not going to agree about everything. We come from different walks of life. All right? We have different judgments on matters, but we deal with things decently in order. I don't agree with something, but my head brother don't look at it the way I look at it, then whatever he say reigns supreme, man. No matter how I feel. That's the order. That's the Lord's prescribed order. And guess what? You have peace in the house when you move like that. And anybody moving outside of that, you're off. All right? Especially if you're going from camp to camp doing that shit. That's even worse. It's bad to do it in your house, but you just taking cancer wherever you go, man. The Lord gonna start. You see, he just exposing everything that men are doing in this church, man. Through the tear of the Lord, we persuade men. The Lord gonna start sending niggas to the spirit realm. That just misman. He left us as householders in his house. And if you mismanaging his house, man, you playing with fire. All right. This is Proverbs. I want 26 and 17. He that passeth by and meddle with stripe belonging not to him is like one that taketh a dog by the ears. You a goddamn fool, man. Take a dog by the ears, he's gonna bite a chunk out of your ass. So you in other men's affairs talking about how things are ran in their house, you playing with fire. You go tell this man about what's going on in his house. When he hear about your meddling in the affairs in his house, he's not gonna take that kindly, man. All right, we're men, we're lions, we're kings. Okay? That's very disrespectful, unprofessional, and unholy, first and foremost. That's not what the scriptures tell us to do. Then if you see something going off, is the scriptures do give us protocols the way we should do things. And that's not how you do it. All right? That's not how you do it. We're at the end, man. The Lord is perfecting this thing of ours. All right? The closer to the end, the stronger we're supposed to be. The more perfected we're supposed to be. Certain things shouldn't be going on. All right? This Proverbs and certain things going to go on so men can learn from their folly and learn from other men's folly, you know. All right. This Proverbs 16:28. A froward man soweth strife, and a whisper separate chief friends. That's what happens when you backbite. Okay. That's what happens when you get bad advice from somebody they don't even know what the fuck they talking about. That's what happens when you read something and you don't even understand what you're seeing because you're not skillful. You still haven't exercised, got your senses exercised. All right. That's a lot of what's going on too. I mean, brothers just young and don't know what they're a part of and don't have understanding on certain things they see. All right. That's why young brothers, I had to learn the hard way. Certain things, you know, your liberty can be a stumbling block with these younger brothers, because I'm a young brother, but they see things the wrong way and go left to the point they go all the way off. So elder brother liberty can be a stumbling block to a young brother who sees something he don't understand what he's seeing. So, you know, that's why we got to be perfect in this church. Okay. But a guy that's going from camp to camp doing shit, no, you fucked up. Fuck that. You fucked up. You doing too much, and the Lord gonna deal with you. All right. This is Hebrews 5:13. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. And see, a babe will go from camp to camp, talking to his peer that he came in the truth with. Oh, you over there and in this state, I'm over here in this state. Oh man, this the way things go over here. That's how we do things. Oh, we don't do it like that over here. Shit, man, y'all going off over there. You see what I'm saying? That shit babies do. They're unskillful in the word. They don't understand what they're saying. Instead of just playing their part as they're told and getting built up in the spirit. Okay? But strong meat belong to them that are full of age. All right? An elder brother, we go to another camp and we see they do things a little different than us. We don't go in there trying to move furniture around and tell them they tripping and all that. No, we respect that house, and you know, whatever they put before us, we eat, and we dwell in those brothers with peace and serenity. We don't have an opinion how they do their house because we understand they're in a different section. The demons that they're dealing with might be different than the demons we're dealing with down south. If we go up north, they're dealing with a whole nother monster. So the dynamics in the two camps are different, the way they have their structure set up. A brother full of age could read those things and understand those things. But a young brother just coming in, he you know, he gonna do some nigga shit. That's why you got to get rebuked before all. Fuck all that. But strong meat belongeth to them that are full of age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised, discern both good and evil. Like a lot of guys, they don't understand the difference between holy and unholy, the do's and don'ts. Okay, so cross camp gossip is a do and don't. All right, is evil. So you got to get your senses exercised so you can know the do's and don'ts. You don't do that. The guy you called did that shit. Went to another camp, judging on how they running their camp and just doing all type of manner of wickedness. That shit is fucking off, man. It's fucking off. If you're doing it, stop. If you're doing it, stop. Okay? So with that, I don't want to write this out. This was edifying to the hearers. I'm going to give it honest to my Heavenly Father, my great King, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai Bashim Harakakadash, double honors to our elders and elder bishops, a great millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in the Mashak Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yasharala, Abab. Shalom, your brother on the comment board. Shalom.